Ya uda e uma. What's goody to the gods and the goddesses, and what's popping to my people? And well, you know, like we always do about this time, we gonna see what's what. I'm gonna wait for y'all late. You know what's to get in here, cause I know y'all ain't never on time. Meantime, between time, I'm finna set up shop round here. I'm finna set up shop round this thing. Now, let me see. Let me make sure this gonna work in our favor. Peace. I can't see y'all yet, but y'all to whoever just stepped in the building. And we gonna get it in tonight. Tonight we let me get a Yahoo in the chat room, whoever that is. I can't see y'all yet. I'm trying to make sure we can do what we trying to do. Who that? Okay, I need that. And then that. Peace, peace, peace. Yahoo, whoever that is. Oh, I can see you now, brethren. Hey, I'm gonna have the phone lines popping for y'all tonight, man. So I'm just trying to make sure everything work out. In a little bit, we're gonna do some call-ins. Y'all be able to call in and you know, get to the heart of the matter. I want to see what intelligent black folks got to say tonight, and intelligent white folks too, because it's some of y'all. Hey, I only see you. Yahoo, what's going on, Tyrell? How you feeling, God body? Hopefully you're enjoying your Gregorian. Now, I'm finna get Facebook up on my screen. How come, see, Facebook must know when I'm finna go in on their ass. Because now, all of a sudden, tonight, I can't see nobody up top. No. Okay, Tyrell, you ain't been with us in a minute, so let me explain something to you, God. We create our own here. We say Yahoo. Y-A-O-U. Yahoo. That means peace. We speak our own thing up here, man. We don't got to speak nobody else's language. We got our own thing when we come up here. Yahoo. Hey, now, I don't know what, I told you, man, they be messing with me. Now, everybody dropping off. I can't see nobody up top. Facebook, I hate you. Zuckerberg, you know you're a hater, dude. That Zuckerberg be hating on your boy. Hey, okay, here we go right here. What's going on? Create a room. Nah, that room shit didn't work. Y'all didn't want to show y'all face. Okay, so here, I don't know. It say, all right, there we go, God body, there we go, Yahoo. That's how we giving it up, all 2021. That's the vibe. We speaking our own language, we getting our own agenda, and we shopping with our own people. And hopefully when we can really get in our bag, we're gonna start educating each other. So that's the vibe for 2021, man. We on our own, and we gotta start acting like it. Y'all still feel like somebody gonna help you. Well, you know, if they wanted to help you, they could have helped your ass 100 years ago. Nobody want to help your black ass. They could have been helped you. They concocted well, they put it to you this way. They shitted out a couple trillion out the blue soon as COVID hit. Just straight out the toilet. They just manifested a couple $1 trillion. So that means they could have gave your black ass a couple $1 trillion long time ago. If they had it for COVID, they had it for you. They had it the whole time they've been watching Black folks die in Flint because they ain't had no water to drink. They been had it. They got money. They don't want to give your ass none. And they ain't going to give you none. I seen something on Facebook, and I ain't singling nobody out. I don't even know who it was. I seen some black folk post something about the reparations march. They finna do a reparations march. What the fuck does that mean? What is a reparations march? You gonna remind white folks that they ain't give you the money that they know your ass ain't getting? What the fuck is that? That sounds like a lot of tired black folks to me for nothing. You think at the end of the march they gonna cut a check? Because if they not, I ain't walking. Now, if we got something in writing that say when we through with all this goddamn walking, they gonna cut the check, then shit, you know, I go buy me some new Reeboks. But if and if that ain't fixed to happen, then I don't know what the hell we marching for. I don't never understand what y'all march for. And carry signs and sing spirituals and shit. I don't. When they came to Africa, or for those of y'all that believe we wasn't in Africa and we was already in America, whatever your forte is, when they ran up on your black ass, wherever you was at, do you think they came to you holding a sign singing? Or did they say, nigga, get on the boat? But nobody singing shit. They let you do the singing. They made you get your ass on that goddamn boat or lay down and give us this land. Wasn't no motherfucking songs being sung? Yahoo. So why you feel the need to sing? No. No, we done with that energy. That energy is dead. New sheriff in town, and his name is Reggie Hammond. Yahoo! Now y'all see how beautiful that is? When black folk just come into the room and speak their own language. What? Come on now, talk about it. You come onto an all-black platform to talk to black folks about some intense issues, and the first thing y'all do is greet each other in your own language. We not speaking Swahili, Hebrew, none of that type shit. We doing us. When you got your own language, you got your own energy. Can't nobody tell us we ain't talking right. Talk how the fuck we want to because we talking us. You don't understand how empowering that is? We making history. Y'all just ain't paying attention. We are making history right now. Every time you come into this chat room and you say Yahoo, you just participated in history. I don't think y'all get it. What we doing up here 3 nights a week has never been done before in this country. And it's just little old us. It's just little old us 3 nights a week doing something that's never been done before in this country. All the great revolutionaries and all the fabulous, brilliant minds we've had, we was able to learn from them, process what they put down, pick up what they put down, and turn it into something that will forever change the course of history if we stick with it. Now we become a part of history books 50 years from now when they teaching our children. They have to tell them what we did here. Don't y'all understand that? 50 years from now, when they're teaching little black children, they have to tell them what we did here. They got no way around it because nobody else did it. And it's going to get bigger. You can believe that. Y'all don't see it, but I enroll at least 1 or 2 people every week. Black folk ready to learn every week. Yahoo! So therefore, it's growing. It's growing. I got 2 interviews today, and I got another one coming next week. Or consultations, rather. I was the interviews. And I told y'all, all of y'all, It don't cost you nothing to get a free consultation and spend 30 minutes talking to black folks about strategizing. And we can go from there. It don't cost nothing to do that. I don't even tell y'all to sign up no more. Just come have a consultation and see how you can get involved in the re-education of black America. That's all you doing. Yahoo. Yahoo. So now, the biggest thing we got to do, and another thing too is, in a little while, about an hour, I got the phone lines opening for y'all. I'm gonna drop the line I'm gonna drop the number in the chat box, and then y'all can call in and we can dialogue about what we just got into. Cause how I'm feeling right now is we circulating a lot of information, but we getting caught up. See, if I never said anything else, I always said, Yahoo. If I never said anything else, I always said, process the information and take it to the next level. But never break the rules. That's why I say we got to get this code of conduct of how we process things. Never break the rules. What's rule number 1? Perception is everything. The most important word in existence in this bastard ass language is perception. Perception. How you look at it. Keep looking at that thing till you can't no more before you reach a conclusion. Perception is everything. If you only look at it one way, you got skewed perception, and then you fall favorite to something that you may like. But that doesn't make it right just because I like it. Rule number 2, and this is important. They never tell the truth. If you remember those 2 things, you'll go so far in research it's ridiculous. You'll go so far in this world. Perception is everything. Nothing matters until you decide how you feel about it. Fuck how everybody else feel about it. How do I personally feel about it? Y'all be feeling weird about certain shit, but everybody around you say it's a go, so you fall in like it's a go. No. We not doing that. We not doing that. It's got to resonate with the first 2 rules. My perception got to be in all directions. And I come into this thing understanding they, meaning the powers that be, meaning your government, meaning your power structure, your religious figures, your news media, they never tell the truth. Why? Because you are a slave. And why would a slave master or the head of the plantation tell a slave anything other than what a slave should know to keep a slave working? That's all they care about. To give you enough information to keep you doing whatever it is that they need to be done. Now, we recently had something huge happen, and I could tell that we missing about 3 or 4 people that used to rock with us every night. And I understand what the problem is. And I'm going to say 2 things. First and foremost, I wish you nothing but the best on your informational journey, but I'm almost positive what you're going to find. Second, I'm not changing course no matter how much I like anyone. So get that out of your head. Be here for the information, because the information is going to constantly change. Y'all looking for me to stay on one wavelength when we in a game. It's like, okay, if we play a professional sport or any sport, any competitive thing, and we come into this competition with a game plan that's been working like a charm. Now we in a championship game, and we using that same game plan, and we realize, damn, this plan ain't been as good as we thought. It's just the other teams we used it on, they weren't that good. Now we pulling out our best kit on this new team, and they're effortlessly saying, no, get that out of here. No, 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 no. So do we stay with the same game plan? Or do we go in the locker room at halftime like, it ain't right? We got to throw that out and come with something completely different because this ain't it. Well, that's where we at right now. And a lot of y'all pissed off about the whole Trump situation. But I'm going to tell you like this. I'm here to pay attention, not to coddle any feelings. We got to pay attention to this thing, and I noticed what happened. And once I notice what happened, then I got to bring the information how I see it. So here's something we got to understand. Even if these things that we thought about Donald Trump or Joe Biden, even if we were right at the beginning of 2020, let's just say whoever believed in Joe Biden was completely right at the beginning of 2020. And whoever believed in Trump was completely right. It is impossible for that to be the same by the end of 2020. And I'm going to tell you why. If you don't understand global white supremacy and all that it entails, everything else that you think you understand will only confuse you. That is called the compensatory code, put together by one of the most brilliant minds when it comes to dealing with racism, Dr. Neely Fuller. Look him up and look at his track record. He is damn near flawless when it comes to calling it how it is when dealing with global white supremacy. All of us, because especially when you melanated, you hate feeling bullied. So when I tell you that you have no control over all these different things that you feel like you control, that's when you want to get off the ride like, no, that brother tripping. I wouldn't tell you that if it wasn't so. But I can explain it to you better like this. You got 9 areas that make a society function. The object for a dictator type, slave type government is to control all 9 of those areas. So let's just go through the 9 areas and ask yourself, which one of those areas do you honestly have control over? Okay, politics, economics, war, education, religion, sex, entertainment, law, and labor. Those are the 9 areas that make a society function. Now, right now, here and now, live on the air, I got a Cash App $200 to anybody who can tell me which one of those 9 areas any of us control in this society. If you can explain to me which one of those 9 areas that any of us control in this society, I will Cash App you $200 live on the air right now. But before you do, I could save you a lot of trouble and tell you, ain't no way in hell I would offer you this $200 if I was going to have to give it to you. Absolutely, God, not a single one. So let's put this into perspective. If you don't control not a single one of the 9 areas, let's put that into perspective. We got politics. Let's say that for last. Because, okay, let's go with economics. We already know you don't control the economics in America. You don't control your economics. You don't control anything having to do with money. Simply because all of us have to work for the system in order to exist. So no matter how much money you make, the bulk of it is always going to go to them. Even if you make it illegally and you don't pay taxes, you spend all your money with white people. You spend all your money, you spend even more money than average people with the same power structure that has us enslaved. Because when you hustling and you doing well, you got to have high fashion and the finest of everything. Okay, well, those are the rich white people. While the rest of us shopping at Walmart, which they super fucking rich too, but I'm just saying, you're spending a lot more. You get a lot more bang for your buck. Spending all of that money that you making, every penny of it. You don't make not one penny that you don't spend with the fucking oppressor. You take trips, you do anything, nice whips, all of that shit. No black people own any of it. Not on a global scale. Now, you might buy your rims from a black dude who got a rim shop that paid taxes to white America. There's no way getting around it. Okay. I'm going to save war because that's going to go with politics. Okay, let's deal with education. If you understood how disgustingly effed up your education was, you would never send your child to another school again. You don't see it because of fear. I keep processing myself and I said, what stops black folks, and anybody for that matter, for listening to this kind of information? I took a picture and I just didn't use it because I couldn't. But I took a picture of a black man in a shower cap with a microphone singing like flaming as hell, flamboyant as hell, singing in his shower cap. And he had 1.9K live. 1.9K live to watch someone who cannot sing put on a shower cap and sing into a microphone fucking Whitney Houston. I look into the chat section. These are black folks full of it. Ha ha, key. Everybody giggling. It's so fucking funny. In the middle of this shit, that's what entertains us. So, you can write those two off. Religion. I just finished, and for everybody that's in the class, I apologize for the wait. I promise you, the class is finished. It will be, I'm uploading as soon as I get off of here. I'm going to be honest with you. I uploaded it, and I thought about something that I really thought should have been in there after I was looking at it. So, I added some more to it. You'll see at the end where it take a different little turn. So that's for everybody that's in the academy. I see about 4 of y'all up here. Everybody that's in the academy, I will be uploading a new assignment tonight, I promise. And I swear you're going to love it. It's so dope. But I'm going to give a little spoiler. In part 3, I got an intro course. And this is very relevant. So in part 2 of the intro course, I deal with when Africa, mainly Egypt, was invaded by the Greeks. Long story short, that invasion of the Greeks led to the creation of your Jesus Christ. Now, the original Jesus Christ was Osirapis Soter. Soter means savior. Osiris and the Egyptian bull was a combined name. So what he had to do, because he was trying to combine two cultures, the Greek people said, we don't want our motherfucking deities with no eagle heads and shit like that. We ain't with it. We want our deities looking like humans. So the Egyptians, now you know you can't take that thing from them because you just conquered them. So what he had to do was he gave an Egyptian name, but it looked like a white boy. That was the first depiction of Jesus. You can look that up. Look up O Serapis Soter, and you will be looking at the very first Jesus. That later became Christ the Christos. Christ means Savior. So when it came to Roman, they switched it to Christ. Every time another people conquer, what they have to do is appease both sides. The people who they had before and the people they got now. This is where y'all religions come from. So now that's one Savior. Jesus came from the Greek people. Now when you get Islam, you got Muhammad, who said he went to a cave and the angel Gabriel gave him a message. Well, the angel Gabriel is from the goddamn Christianity. So right then and there, through the beginning of the story, you know they borrowing some shit. So long story short, in my history class, for the third part of the intro that I finished last night, I show you how they concocted Allah. So my point is, all you gotta do is have a story for people and they'll believe any fucking thing. This man convinced people that he walked into a goddamn cave, talked to an angel, and voila, now y'all gotta believe me. What makes you think they stopped doing that if it works so well? This is my whole point. This is how we get to rule number 2. They never tell the truth. So therefore, now we gotta knock religion out. More bullshit. Sex. You can't turn on no program you like and not see a full-blown homosexual relationship. Why? I'm not saying whether I'm for it or against it. I'm simply asking you why. Why does that exist? It didn't 30 years ago. 30 years ago, there was a criteria for what you could and couldn't show little children on television. So we call it prime time, where we knew during those hours certain things are not going to come on because children watch TV. It's family time. You no longer have that. We grew up, and to say somebody was a devil worshiper, you got 1,000 feet from them and never spoke to them again. How do we get to a society where we got young black men throwing up the devil horns, embracing it, knowing it's evil, and now they starting to put the evil satanic shit in their videos and on their album covers, and they proud of it? We got a Lil Wayne video where he talking about all of his women, but when you look at the video with him and Future, they're in a place that clearly looks like hell, and they got a bunch of women with lizard tongues, and there's flames everywhere. The bed is on flames and shit. What the fuck does this have to do with your sex life? He talking about sex in the video and how women adore him, but when you look at the video, and then his opening line is, these women love me like they love Satan. Wait, 1 fucking minute. I didn't get the memo. When the fuck did women fall in love with Satan? But clearly he knows what he's talking about, or he wouldn't have used the goddamn line. So, you can scratch that off the list. They have conquered your sexuality, turned it demonic. They're forcing you into a situation. Sometimes a young man or a young woman is awkward. We have a lot of young ladies that may have grew up in a predominantly male household. She got her dad and her brothers. Her mom for a little feminine energy, but she liked to tussle with the boys and go outside, climb trees and shit like that. And they allowed her to do that. And when she was done with that, she still was able to get into some nice clothes and come up out of that phase just in time enough to get her a date to senior prom. But now if that little girl goes through that phase, they immediately cast her as something else. And now she's got to follow this path. If a little boy is awkward, socially confused, don't really know how to have conversations with the ladies, he used to have to go to his uncles or some of his homeboys and figure it out. Now they tell him, maybe girls are just not your thing. And now he's experimenting with little boys. I'm not discussing right or wrong. I'm discussing whose idea was it to push us this way. It wasn't yours. But you accepted. Why? Because of two things out of those 9. Law and labor. You fear the law and you scared to lose labor. See, this is what happens when you adhere to your master society instead of creating your own. You are in fear of what it would happen if you were to stand on your own or to rely on your own people, because we've been taught that we're not reliable. And it's the reason why you won't, no matter what you say, you won't consistently rely on black people. You say black folks ain't reliable. Shit, are you reliable? And if not, when are we going to start saying, well, fuck it. I love my people enough that I'm going to be the one to break the mold and say, hey, I'm reliable. Okay, black folks ain't reliable. If that's how you feel, let me be the go-between between some black folks. You trust them. You trust me. You trust me. Okay, let me sit in the middle and mediate whatever y'all trying to do. I don't need much. I want y'all to succeed. But instead, the guy in the middle feel like since I'm bridging the gap, I need half. And now the two people on the other side like, well, fuck this bridge. No. No. White folks don't do that to each other. White people give each other any fucking thing. Fuck the bullshit that you think. Yeah, they have problems with each other. But they don't have no motherfucking home and financial problems with each other. If you see a white person homeless, that's because they done fucked up with their family. It ain't because the opportunity wasn't there. Somewhere down the line, somebody fucked up. In relation to what they family think anyway. Now that fuck up could have been the right thing to do. What I'm saying is this right here. Law and labor govern you. So if you fear the law and you don't know how to create your own labor, what the fuck do you got a Black Lives Matter t-shirt for? Nobody. See, that's what I'm saying. You so easily impressed. Who gives a shit if Black Lives Matter? I see that all over the place. Y'all got this shit all over t-shirts, and y'all got this on y'all profile picture, and you think it exemplify you from one, black hatred and white racism. It doesn't do either. If black people gonna not like you, they gonna not like you. That Black Lives Matter sticker don't mean shit. I be with black folks a lot of times, they see that shit and they laugh at it. Why? Because a lot of times it's not genuine. If you was genuine about Black Lives Matter, you would have got so far into the under motherfucking research that you'd have realized that that shit is a scam. Y'all still running around here hollering revolution with Black Lives Matter tatted on you. Black Lives Matter t-shirts and all that shit talking revolution. You tricking yourself. And that's what I keep trying to tell y'all. They never tell the truth. Any movement you get, that if it start out a certain kind of way, if you see it on a national platform, okay, put it to you this way. I'm one of the generals, I'm one of the nation generals for the Black Panthers. The only way y'all see any goddamn thing I do is if I put it on social media. Why that shit ain't on the news? The Panthers got chapters damn near in every state. We all over the country fighting racism and oppression and social justice and all that shit. And the only way y'all see it is if we post it on social media. The only reason why I brought that up is to show you. That shit don't fucking matter. They don't care about that. If they want it right, you would have had it by now. So they don't care. You could tell who's been compromised and who ain't. If they gave a fuck about Black Lives Matter, the Panthers and a lot of other black organizations would get the same shine as Black Lives Matter. Why don't they? Because Black Lives Matter is an agenda. We keep trying to tell y'all that, and y'all will sit here, you listen to the information, you hit hearts in the chat box, and then you go put your fucking shirt on and go back outside screaming revolution. You're not doing what you think you're doing. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's the whole thing I'm trying to beat into people's skulls. They won't let you see anything that has not been hijacked. Watch this. When they first started talking about Antifa, the news wouldn't mention it. The only place you heard Antifa was if you was hooked up to QAnon, or if you was hooked up to somebody who was like on some deep state type shit on the internet. That's the only way you was gonna hear about Antifa. Now the news talks about Antifa, and you still think it's a real thing? What's the rule? They never tell the truth. So if it makes it to the news, then it's not what you think. So now, watch this. I was talking to the Queen, no names on it, and they sent me some information in my inbox about the Nancy Pelosi thing, saying that during the when they stormed the building, when Antifa infiltrated, Trump sent some guys to steal Nancy Pelosi's laptop, and her laptop had all kind of corruption on it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even feel right repeating that shit. Did y'all watch American Skin? What you think about that? Give me 1 second, guy. Give me 1 second. So now, with this laptop thing, okay, let's break this down. See, my thing is this right here. Y'all get to a point where once you got an ideal and you hear somebody confirm it, you keep on going. One of the main reasons, and I'm going to be honest tonight, one of the main reasons, and I'm going to tell my class, one of the main reasons why it took me so long to get this next assignment to y'all is because the narrative that I had in my head, I couldn't prove it. So I had to keep studying until I was able to really connect dots for y'all, because I'm not going to get in front of you and give you my fucking belief. So that shit added, honestly, another damn near 3 weeks to my research, because I couldn't feed y'all a lie. But I ain't going to tell you I'm not prepared, so I'm digging knowing I'm going to find what I'm looking for. My point is, whatever you watching, whoever you listening to, their job is to point you in a direction. That don't mean whether that direction is good or bad. That's for you to decide. My job is to point you somewhere. You decide whether it's right or wrong and whether you should go or not. I got nothing to do with that. If you decide my way is wrong, go your way. Yahoo, brethren. But if you listening to what I'm saying, my job is to point you in the right direction. What do I say? Information is the only real currency. Emotions ain't currency. You feeling a certain way about my message don't change my message. They never tell the truth. You got to stick to that. And it's got to be your fucking religion. You got to know it. So now, if we looking at the D.C. storming of the Capitol, unless you're missing a few brain cells, that shit was faker than WWE wrestling. If it's anybody that honestly in your heart believes that the Capitol storming was real, you got two options right now. You need to either join my fucking academy and my Patreon ASAP, or you need to log the fuck off and go do something else. Just that simple. That shit was fake. I'm talking about fake as fuck. And if we can agree that it was fake, because we've already posted the crisis actors. And here's what boggles my mind. Some of the people who still believe in Antifa posted shit about the crisis actors. So let me ask you this. If there was crisis actors in the DC storming, that means that was a movie set. Why the fuck is Antifa infiltrating a fake White House storming? How do you infiltrate something that's not real? Because if it's not real, then I'm going to know that I'm being watched. If it's not real, I'm going to know this is a bad time to try some slick shit, because this is like a fire drill. And a fire drill, they pull an alarm and watch what you do. And how could the DC storming not be fake? The nigga Trump tweeted about it. He talking tough for months. Where do you see what's going to happen on the 6th? We're not going to stand for it. Blah, 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 blah. It's coming. All of this shit. And then watch this though. Okay, so now, if we say it was fake, then let's take it a step further. If we know the DC storming was fake, why the fuck did Trump take the podium talking about, calm down, just go home. Just go home. It's not real. See, this is what I'm saying. When you start to like somebody, you break the rules. Y'all done started to like Trump. And now since you like him, you feel like that entitles you to break the rules and say, well, now you want to ride this QAnon ship all the way to the grave. Bro, name me one prediction they was right about. We were supposed to get 10 days of darkness. Then they say the 10 days of darkness, it already passed. That was for the woke people. They was going to spend 10 days, blah, blah, blah. Come on, get the fuck out of here. Now, President Trump has got banned from Twitter. What the fuck is that? Are y'all kidding me? Like, how do you see this shit and not think Hulk Hogan? How the fuck does the president get banned from social media? And then how the fuck do y'all sit there and argue about it? Don't you understand? Let's read between the lines. If the president can get censored, so can you. And they've been setting it up. Haven't you noticed? Ever since this fake ass little election thing, soon as that shit happened, the very next day, everything you posted, they was taking. Bro, I've been since then I done had 2 strikes on my channel. Since the fucking fake ass voting thing. How? My message ain't changed. I gave a presentation about COVID. The same one I gave before, only a lot less. I gave a whole presentation on COVID, and they let it slide. But after the 6th, I talked about it in one of my lectures, and they took the whole lecture down. Wait a minute. So I could do I called it the Corona Connection. The whole thing was about the Corona. And nothing. After the election, I talk about it, my channel down. All you got to do is pay attention. You got to know something to know something. Make sense out of it. So now, they never tell the truth. So if they never tell the truth, and we know DC was fake, then this shit about Antifa infiltrating what? A fucking movie set? And we're going to still keep going with this. They said they was finna lock up Dr. Fauci. They said Dr. Fauci was locked up. That motherfucker running rampant right now. They said Bill Gates was out the game. This motherfucker tweeted, soon as Biden won, he started tweeting shit. Can't wait to get involved. Y'all don't understand. Who are these people? Who the fuck is Dr. Fauci? You don't even know. And that's what's crazy. The number one, the person who's been giving you the most information about COVID, your number one, listen to me. Your number one source for information about the COVID is Dr. Fauci. Now, who the fuck knew Dr. Fauci before COVID? Who the fuck is Dr. Fauci? Some of y'all still don't know the nigga. Who the fuck is Dr. Fauci? You're gonna say, he's the guy, he works for the CDC, and you're gonna say a bunch of dumb shit. You don't know who the fuck Dr. Fauci is. And you know how I know you don't? Because if you knew who he was, you wouldn't believe him. Yahoo, what's good, God? If you knew who he was, you wouldn't believe him. Watch this. Let me show you how much we don't know. Watch this. If I told you right now AIDS wasn't real, you would think I was crazy. Gates just bought a gang of farmland. I'm working my way to that, guy. I'm working my way to that. You see, them three was on the cover, and we gonna get on Elon Musk weirdo ass, Michael Myers face looking ass too. That nigga look like Michael Myers, I swear for white Jesus. Now listen. Hell no, I ain't even watched it yet, but I'm fucking with homie talking. He spin that shit. I was just saying all this. Hey, watch this, Kenneth Williams. Watch this. I'm finna take us in a rabbit hole. You won't get up out this one. Watch this. If I told you AIDS wasn't real, you would say I lost my fucking mind. You say, what about all the people dying? You crazy. How you know? Shut the fuck up. AIDS ain't real. Now watch this. Listen to the name. Listen to the name. See, you gotta know something to know something. I study every fucking thing. Just listen to the name. And then I'm gonna tell you how I can prove it ain't real. But watch this. Acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Watch this. Watch this. Acquire. Let's break this down. Acquire means to gain something. So acquire is something I gain. That's the first part of the word. Immune. Now, your immune system is the God in you. It basically, I get goosebumps even trying to explain this shit. Do you understand you are a walking virus killer? Let me say this again. You are the motherfucking cure for COVID. You are a walking virus killer. Your immune system is what wards off everything that your body is not supposed to have. And it has like a chart. For every germ that it ever encounters in your body, it makes a note of it so that it responds this way for that germ. So every germ that you ever had, your body, had you been left alone, your body would have fought it off by itself. Why do you think you could break your fucking leg or you could peel your skin back? You could peel layers of your skin back, put a fucking Band-Aid on it and wait, and your skin will go back to how it was. Okay, well, when you see that shit in the X-Men, you say it's a mutation. When you see a motherfucker when you see Wolverine get hit and then the bullet hole close back up, you say, wow. Your body will do the same fucking thing if you let the white boy leave you alone. You let them trick you. They say he heals himself because he got adamantium in his bones. Your bone ain't what heal you, nigga. Your skin, the tissue, the muscle. That's what's healing you. But your immune system fights off everything toxic in your body. So, now check this out. Check this out. So now, we got your immune system which fights off everything in your body and gets rid of all the germs. Now, the next word is deficiency. Deficiency means you're lacking in. Deficient, you don't have enough of something. And syndrome is a condition. So, let me tell you what they're saying to you. Because you had sex, you gain the right to lose your immune system. Or not even lose it. You gain the right to somehow not have enough of it through sex. How the fuck is that possible? The vagina is the cleanest organ in existence. The womb is where you came from. Ain't nothing dirty about the womb unless you don't take care of it. The womb is heaven. That's the... Let me get deep for you, brethren. Let me get deep for a minute. Queens, please excuse me, but I got to go deep for a minute. That part that tantalizes her so much, they call that the pearl tongue. And the entrance to heaven is called the pearly gates. Ain't the pearl tongue right outside of the vagina? The pearl tongue, and soon as you open the gates, you go into heaven. And then God said, be fruitful and multiply. Fuck with me now. Stop letting these white people tell you anything. So how the fuck, through merely doing what God told you to do according to your scriptural text, God said, go be fruitful. And through the act of going to be fruitful, you can somehow gain the right to lessen your immune system. How? How fucking how? You ain't gonna convince me. You ain't gonna convince me. You can't. Listen to the fucking title. The title says nothing. There's nothing in that. Acquired immune deficiency syndrome. That doesn't mean anything. Your immune system can't be deficient, motherfucker, unless somebody tampers with it. So, what happens? Then you can concoct HIV. Oh, so when you're getting treated for AIDS, they put you on this treatment that slows things down, but you end up with HIV. Because the real motherfucking problem is the HIV that they're putting in you with the AIDS treatment. And man, this is an old dog. Ain't no new tricks. It's the same shit they been doing. Tuskegee experiment. Infecting all the black folks with syphilis. Is y'all paying attention? Now it's another virus. There's no such thing as a fucking virus. How? How did God make viruses? Y'all don't think. You say you believe in this God, and all of y'all be shalom and assalamu alaikum, and you got all these spiritual systems that you believe in, but you believe God created fucking viruses. How? No, God didn't. It's this savage that was fucking animals that created all these goddamn diseases. All you gotta do is look it up. When they got to the new world, they infected everybody with fucking syphilis. This is what they've been doing. So if you know you're going to be fucking animals and you're going to be spreading disease, then you're going to have to come up with cures for it. But there's no such thing as a cure, because the Creator gave you the cure in your body. It's called your immune system. Look it up. So once again, they lied. Why? They never tell the truth. So what does that mean? You got an entire medical system predicated on lies. Now, what happened? Dr. Fauci stole the whole AIDS research and everything from a woman. Julia Mikovich is the one who did all the research on AIDS and shit. He stole it, sent her to jail, ruined her life, and got famous. Come on, man. You got to know something to know something. And that right there is becoming old information. That shit happened 20-something, 30 years ago. So we got to get with the program. Stop thinking shit is right just because you believe it. Fuck what you believe. Fuck what I believe if I'm wrong. Information is the only real currency. Those dead slave masters in your pocket ain't gonna save you. This finna go to digital currency. They finna wipe all this shit out. You ain't gonna have no more paper in your pocket. Now you finna have to get with a digital world. Let me show you something. Every other thread I look at, I see black folks sharing stock tips with each other. I think it's dope as hell because we getting more with the times. But understand something, brethren. Anytime they let you in on the game, it's only because the game almost over. They would never let you get in on the upslide. Anytime they let you in on the game, it's because they finna change the game, baby. So now that everybody going with these stock tips, get in and get out. Get you some money. I ain't saying you shouldn't. But you better be thinking about some other things. Because they finna take the money. They finna take the money. You ain't gonna have that no more. The only thing you gonna have is what's up here. And a lot of y'all got motherfucking a Kit Kat, a twerk video, a PlayStation game, and a pack to get off in your motherfucking membrane 24/7. And I ain't saying you can't have them things in there if they have to be there. But you gotta have the other side too. It's about balance, my eye. Everything is balanced, brother. So we gotta know who Fauci is. Bill Gates is not a scientist. He's nothing. So why is he the #1 authority on vaccines? Why? And now he's became the biggest farmer in America. And y'all see shit like that and you don't give a fuck. Do you know what that means? That's who's finna be in charge of your food now. Mr. Vaccination. There's too many people in the world. We need to depopulate 10 million people. That's what Bill Gates is quoted as saying. We need to depopulate 10 million people. That guy. And y'all keep quoting him. Bill Gates said, shut the fuck up. You don't know shit about Bill Gates. Bill Gates is a fucking mad scientist with an endless budget. That's what you got to understand. Nothing is for you. You just too lazy to do anything, so it's easier for you to sit back and root for these certain white people that you hope like hell you right about. All of them are in on it. All of them are in on it. And now that Bill Gates, Mr. Vaccination, is the #1 farmer in your country, that means every fucking thing you eat from 2020 on out will be poisoned. It already is, but they're about to turn it up a notch. How do you say that you care about people's health and you have McDonald's and Burger King and shit like that in your society? Why is it even permitted? You say, well, people can do what they want. No, people can't do what the fuck they want. That's the illusion. People can't do shit but what they told. They just steer y'all in the direction they want, and you cave so they don't have to force you. But the moment you say you ain't gonna do what they said, you know what the fuck happened. They come into your crib and they gonna make you. So stop pretending. Let's stop the fucking shenanigans, acting like you all free and shit. You ain't free. You're fucked. You're freely fucked. How about that? You're free and fucked. You're freely fucked. That's all you got coming from these people. It's not gonna get no better. It's getting worse. For all of y'all with this passive shit, it's getting worse. And now, everything they do is an experiment. So, y'all fell for COVID. So, I said this. If anybody was watching me 6 months ago, I said, now that they got your ass in the house, why would they let you out? You put your cell phone locked down. They're never going to undo that. The only thing now you're going to get is more illusions of freedom. Look, pay attention. What did the Yahoo News headline say? 400,000 new COVID cases on Inauguration Day. And then they show you a picture of a coffin. And the people holding the coffin and shit. See, this is predictive programming. Cases don't mean a motherfucking thing. That's how they get your ass. They scare the shit out of you. Look at how many cases. Cases don't mean shit. A lot of y'all running from cases and you still at your motherfucking baby mama house acting like you're free. A case don't mean shit. It's a case. It's not an official lockup. It's just a case. So when you put it on the other end, if you catch a case, do that mean you going to prison? No, it means you caught a case. And now you got to fight it. Okay, so if you catch a case of COVID, that don't mean shit. And if they got this motherfucking, if they got this vaccine that's floating around, how the fuck you got 400,000 new cases? See, you gotta pay attention. That motherfucking vaccine been floating around for 30 days or better. The fuck you doing with 400,000 more cases? And if you got a vaccine that's been floating around America for 30 days and you still got 400,000 new cases, fuck you and that vaccine. I do it my way. Why ain't this common sense? How the fuck you got 400,000 new cases 30 days after a vaccine been floating around? If you eat it, they'll serve it. You just got to pay attention. They're lying. And then this is what they said. Biden got 400,000 new cases on Inauguration Day. Bro. They're setting you up for the motherfucking okie doke. They realize they can't really force you to do shit. They have to convince you to. It's way more of us than them. So for y'all that be talking about they're finna pull martial law, they ain't finna pull a motherfucking thing unless y'all lay down. Do you know it's something like 1,500 guns per every American in circulation in our economy? 1,500 guns per every American in circulation. They not finna do a motherfucking thing but keep scaring you into letting them do it. That's why they show you pictures like the National Guard is hitting all of these cities. They trying to scare you. Fuck the National Guard. Where the fuck was they at when them drunk ass white boys ran in the DC building? Y'all ain't paying attention. Why the National Guard like they didn't know it was gonna happen? Come on, stop it. How they find out about the new one? The new shit that's supposed to happen, how they find out about it? Through a tweet. So-and-so them tweeted that they finna hit all 50 states. Okay, well, didn't they tweet last time that they was gonna do something on the 6th? How y'all wasn't prepared then, but y'all so prepared now? This shit is wrestling, man. Damn. Pay attention. Fuck Antifa, fuck QAnon, all of that shit is bullshit. You're watching the greatest movie ever made. It's like, look at how they got us. Just think about this Tom Hanks shit. Tom Hanks was supposed to be on the run on all these different countries. And they supposed to have his wife in Guantanamo Bay talking about all her backgrounds was CGI'd and all this type of shit. I CGI my backgrounds. I ain't in prison. I just like something cool in the back sometimes. This is a game they playing with your psyche. So now what they do? Now Tom Hanks, mysteriously you can't find him. But you keep seeing shit on Twitter, a little weird saying with a little boy's shoe in the sand. Oh, he's a pedophile. Then you got another thing where he's standing on the highway where Cappy's supposed to get killed posing. Like, who's this fucking dumb? If I'm eating babies, I'm going to leave a clue of a shoe in the sand? I've been getting away with it for 30 years without leaving clues. What makes me want to leave y'all clues on Twitter now? Why am I doing that? We get caught up in it and we don't think. And then it's supposed to be he escaped and now he's a citizen of Australia. And he taking pictures like, bitch, like who does that? That's some shit out of a movie. I just escaped the gas chamber in my country. And then I let the world know where I'm at and then smile like, aha, I got you. Who the fuck does that? And why would you do that? You see Ellen then pop back up soon as Biden won. Yeah, they all pack back up. And yeah, and then Fauci said you could still get COVID if you had the vaccine. What the fuck is the point then? Y'all are sticking people, motherfucker, die on the spot. You stuck another sister, her face went to start doing a stanky leg. What the fuck are we going through all of this for? If I can get it. Fuck the vaccine then. This is what I'm saying. But you got people on the social media arguing this shit. For what? Because you scared. Just admit it. Fear is what is driving this whole thing. And they know it. And that's why they keep pushing fear, 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 fear. That's all you're going to see. You're never going to have a moment where they're not going to put some more fear on you. And I'm telling y'all, mark my words, lo and behold. Y'all, I've been saying it for a month straight. And I'm going to keep saying it so y'all can say, ain't nobody else tell you this what I'm finna tell you. Your new boogeyman is finna become Trump. They always gotta have a boogeyman. First it was, you know, you got Saddam, you got Bin Laden, you got Jung Chang, whoever the fuck his name was over there in North Korea. They always gonna give you a boogeyman, a bad guy, because it keep you from looking at the real bad guy, which is your country. Now, because Trump got all of this money, and because y'all believe this dumbass shit about Antifa and all of these goofy ass white dudes with no shirt on storming the motherfucking White House, bro, this is the most secure place on the planet. Otherwise, they couldn't run the planet. If can't nobody in the world whoop them, you think some white beer drinking white boys with no shirt on was able to breach the nation's capital? Are you fucking kidding me? Man, hey, look. Bro, they got shit that will shoot you before anybody get there. This shit is electrical. They could hit a button, lock all the doors, and lock you in one of them hallways. And how you gonna get out? So when they had everybody in the stairwell chasing the black dude, all he had to do was keep running up top to where everybody with all the guns was at. And then the door behind them, they could have hit the button and locked that. And locked everybody in the stairwell. Now, hey, y'all still want a revolution? Let's get it. Why they ain't do that? Then they could have cut the cameras off and say we don't know what happened. It went bad. This is a game. Nobody got shot but one woman. 2-3 people. Folks, are you fucking kidding me? They would have mowed everybody down. You see how they do black folks when they mad? They shoot up everything. That's how you know it's not real. Because they not behaving like real people behave. But they watching y'all movements. Y'all fell for the Kenosha shooting. That shit was faker than one of them Wild West movies. George Floyd, that shit, it was not what you saw. And after they get you to fall for the shit that you think you saw, then it's easy to get the rest of the party started. Now all of your youngins, your nieces and your nephews, the future, our little black future, every day is suiting up, thinking they fighting a revolution, and they're trapped. It's a trap. Because none of your little babies run this shit. And the people at the head of this shit either don't really know what the fuck they talking about, or they on the take. Why else would you leave these young kids out here every night marching, going to jail and all this shit? Nobody's making no money. Nothing's getting accomplished. How could this be right? You're not building shit like that. And tearing down what? They got a military you're not even getting to. And they talk about, we making them lose money. They print money. You're not making them lose shit. That's how you know people not thinking. Check this out. This is how America works. Let me give y'all a quick lesson. And could y'all please, I got a room full of beautiful black folks and won't nobody hit the share button. Y'all been here a whole hour. Y'all know this bitch fire right now. Come on, hit the share button for me. Let's get the algorithms up. At least if you ain't gonna share it, hit the like. I know some of y'all are embarrassed because I cuss a lot. Okay, so if you don't want your mama to know how, just hit the like then, fuck it. But now this the thing. You just gotta peep what's going on. The name of the game is like I just told y'all. All 9 areas. You control all 9 areas of society. And then all you have to do is just set up circumstances. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. One of the guys that's up top right now, he inboxed me a Whitney Houston song. And he said to me, do it sound like Whitney really is confessing that she feel bad about playing for the other team how she did? And so now I listen to the song and I show you how brilliant this thing is. Now the video is about just being black and fucked up. Racism, oppression, drug addiction, all the things that kind of harm our community. That's what the video is about. So when you hear the lyrics and you see the video, you will connect those two. But when you listen from the perspective like the guy did, and then he turned my listener on, she's not even talking about the shit going on in the video. She's really confessing that basically she fuck around and made a deal with the devil. How could she not see it coming? Now, your entire society is metaphorical like that. Everything in your society is a metaphor. Christmas just passed. You see the tree in the corner and you see the lights and you think it's beautiful for the kids. But you don't understand that your tree is an illuminated pyramid. Okay, on the back of your $1 bill is an illuminated pyramid. That's an ode to Lucifer, baby. So every December 25th, what you got in your corner is an ode to Lucifer. And you directing that energy to your black children, and you thinking it's okay because I'm doing it for the kids. You motherfucker right, you doing it for the kids, and so are they. And that's why your children become obsessed over them goddamn toys. They have an agenda. And this is the part of the game that we got to get into. Everything, just start living your life. Keep going over those 9 areas of expertise. Those 9 areas, societal areas. I gotta I used the letters, and I made a damn, my brain escaping me right. You know what it is when you take the, oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue. When you take the letters and you make a word out of it so that you can remember the phrase. So those 9 areas I turned into a phrase. Now, power is an illusion, and it's also a drug. And what they do is they sell you the illusion of power. This whole scheme, this whole society that you live in is the powers that be sell you the illusion of power. So what I put together was sell power. Now, sell as in S-E-L-L. Sex, education, law, and labor. That's the sell power part. Now I spell power with 2 E's. So sell power. Sex, education, labor, law. Politics, economics, war, entertainment, religion. Sell power. If you remember that right there, and always take those 9 areas and pay attention to what you see in your society, and you will realize, like I reached the conclusion, we are all slaves. This is a slave quarters, the whole thing. There's no aspect of this that is not slavery. We're all slaves. What they did was they just opened up the plantation to the whole country. Instead of having plantations, since they couldn't keep you on the plantation, they turned the country into the plantation. Now you just got different levels of slavery. But they don't so much care about color as they make you think they do. They care about us as a people, not necessarily just because they don't like black and you black. That's not the real game. They don't like God and that be you. That's the problem. They got a God problem. They got a God problem. A God complex, they call it. The people who control you have a God complex. All the years, the thousands of years they done had control over you and they've been experimenting on you. What they figured out through all of their experimentation, they reached the only conclusion that any scientist could ever reach once they studied the melanated being. You are the God and the creator of this planet. There is no other logical explanation. You can twist it, turn it any kind of way you want to. You can get the top scholars from any science institute you want. And I'm not even that science savvy, and I debate them for money. And the debate is this. Prove to me through scientific and medical terms that black people are not the God of this planet. And no scientist alive can prove that. And I will take that for every penny in my account. I'll be broke tomorrow for that debate. I'm telling you. I won't have nothing but a goddamn couple quest cards around this bitch. Because I bet it all. And God ain't even what you think. But in your understanding of a God for this planet, that's the melanated being. Ain't no other explanation. So that's their problem with you. So now They're going to take that, and the sole goal is to convince you that you're not God. So everything they do is to keep you on a low vibration, low frequency thought process. That's why all you care about is video games, sex, drugs, and having fun. The things that run a real society don't even interest the average black person. Politics, economics, business, culture, the things that really make you somebody. Black people ain't interested in that. We interested in partying, having fun, making money. That money is an illusion. It's not real. It's a piece of paper. It's not a real thing. You have to understand, every society creates its own currency because you have to reward the slaves. The only purpose of currency is to reward the slaves. Real money is resources. But you're not going to give resources to slaves because then they could empower themselves. So to keep slaves from realizing that the real currency is resources, that the real advancement is resources, they will give you a fake currency. That's why information is the real currency. Because once you get the information, you'll realize that the currency that you believe in ain't real. And then you'll go seeking the real currency, which is more information. Because information will lead to what it really matters. Resources. The more information you get, the more you'll understand this world. And then you'll figure out how to get to the real jewel. Resources. What are they robbing the world of? What are they robbing the planet of? It's resources. Why do they conquer another person's land? So that they can harvest and farm the land and get the resources. That's why it was so important to conquer Africa. Because there sits the most resources on the planet. Right there, that's why they call it the motherland. It's the mother of the planet. And that's where your black ass came from. See, so you just got to know something to know something. These people are not for you. None of them are. None of them are. You're not going to get no hero at the end of this story unless it's us. No, there's no guy in a suit coming to save you. Ain't no white boy coming to part the clouds. Ain't no black dude with 1,000 black angels coming to part the clouds. None of that shit. That all is white boy mythology. None of it can be proven. How could you put your existence as something you can't prove? We can prove that black economics and black education would change our stance in this country. We can't prove none of the shit y'all believe in. We can't prove none of your gods will lead to us winning on this planet. None of the gods you believe in can you guarantee will lead to us winning and getting equality on this planet. And then y'all be like, well, it don't matter about this planet. It's all about what happens when you get to heaven. Well, shut the fuck up about how they treat you. Wait till you die and go to heaven. If this planet don't matter, what the fuck y'all outside with signs and marching and singing and shit for? Let the white boy have his way with you, because according to you, he going to hell, you going to heaven, because you doing right by God. So sit there, take the ass whoopings, like the king them did, get your ass sprayed with water and all that type shit, and wait for the promised land. Problem solved. You shouldn't have a black motherfucker complaining in this country, take the ass whooping and be done with it. But now, ain't nobody gonna take the ass whooping because that's not what it is. So therefore, then this blueprint we got ain't right. This God we got ain't right. We missing something. Look it, y'all been praying and begging for 1,000 years. And they still will beat a nigga brains out on Facebook Live. So what the fuck are you praying for? This is what I'm saying. Listen. If you've been a loyal Christian, and all of us fuck up, but if you got good in your heart, and they say Jesus forgive your sins, and all of this type of shit, Yahu, Umar, Yahu. Now, if you got Jesus in your heart and all of this good shit, and you know how, and you doing the right thing, and you try to be spiritual, and you go to church and all that type of shit, why shit don't get better for you? And if you waiting for your hell, for your heaven on earth, then you shouldn't care about this planet at all, what they do. You shouldn't care about racism. You shouldn't care about nothing. All you should do is just go somewhere and pray. Who gives a fuck if they racist? You getting yours in the kingdom of heaven. And you've been good down here, so it don't matter. See, you can't have it both ways. You can't try to fight the system down here, and then when you can't win, be like, well, I'm just waiting on God to come. No. Your ass was marching last week. Marching ain't waiting for God. Marching is trying to do something. How the fuck you gonna pray to God and march? Them two don't go together. If God gonna handle it, sit your ass in the house and keep praying. What are you outside letting white people beat up on you for? If I was God, I would say the reason why you got your ass whooped because you went outside and tried to do some shit. You should have sat in the house on the couch, and right after Sports Center went off, got on your knees and did that bullshit ass Our Father prayer you do all the time. See, that's what I'm saying. You don't even believe the shit you think you believe. If you believe in God, you ain't marching. If you marching, you don't believe in God. The two don't go together. If you think God gonna loosen the hearts of your enemy because you marching, if God was gonna loosen the hearts of your enemies, why did it have to come to the point of so many people dying? If God got the power to just make your enemies stop doing what they doing to you through one of your acts of marching, why do you have to go through all of that? Why don't God just see how bad it is and be like, you know what? I'm going to give my people a break. Oh, wait, let me guess. You broke the covenant. Duh, my fault. But wait, ain't the 400 years up? So your 400 years up and you broke the covenant and pushed God off. Okay, that's good. We're in a good space now. Okay, so now you and God is back on good terms. Now I just want to know why they still kill niggas whenever they want to. 2019 was the end of your 400 years. It is now 2021. And I'm pretty sure about 30 days ago, they was blasting black people in separate areas in America. More cops killing black folks. Is God still mad? Or was it did we fuck up? Like, did we fuck up parole? And I don't understand what's going on now. The 400 up, we supposed to be getting on top. Currently, they still kill niggas and the country is burning. Or is this more of God's work? God's going to burn the country down and give it to us. You see how silly this could get if we keep this going? Because none of this shit we just decided has you Negroes getting up doing a motherfucking thing other than waiting. So somebody let me know when we get past the part of waiting for whatever to come help us that ain't helped us in 1,000 years. I don't even know why the fuck we worried about 400 years. They was whooping our ass a couple thousand years before the 400. But you don't know that because they don't tell you that. You only worried about the European slavery. Okay, well, the Arab whooped your ass for about 1,000 years plus before that. What do God say about him? Or did you break that covenant with God too? Is God that pissed off that he keeps sending you the ass whoopings? And when is that going to be over with? Because you worried about a 400-year pact with God. And you seem to forget that the Arab whooped your ass for over 1,000 years. So I'm just trying to see something. He whooped your ass, well, I ain't going to say 1,000 years. He whooped your ass for about a good 700 years. Brutally. And a large percentage of it was raping your women. Or not even, no. Actually, he was different than a white boy. At least I can say this. He was turning your women into concubines. Now, to be an Arabic concubine is just fucking brutal, but at least he was making them concubines. The white boy was just raping them and then sending them back to their family, raped and shit. Either way it go. But from about 600 and some AD to about 1400, the Arab was having his way with you. Now, what I'm trying to see is, was that another covenant that you fucked up with God? Because the Bible don't seem to talk about the Bible says something about 400 years. Why the Bible don't talk about the 700-year slavery? What's the pact for that? Or is there a scripture on that? Because altogether, 7 plus 4 is 11. If my math is right. So, we got about 11,000 years that God needs to cover. And I'm just wondering, I'm just trying to see if we going to talk about that or we not going to deal with that. Probably not next time. I mean, 1100, next time we're going to do that? Next time? Okay, that's cool. That's what I'm saying. You got to know something to know something. So you sitting here talking about some 400 shit, that don't even matter. What the fuck is about the 1100? And that's the point. We don't know this. So when we hear this bullshit, we get caught up in it. Then you on Facebook talking about we the real Israelites. It's the end of our 400. Yahweh finna do this. Yahweh ain't finna do a motherfucking thing. Because Yahweh is Hebrew. And if you know fucking history, there were no BC Hebrews. Where? Find me some BC Hebrews. Where were they at? And then they get spiffy on you talking about, well, they used to be the so-and-so tribe and the such and such culture. Shut the fuck up. No, I don't want tribes and cultures. Where the fuck was the Hebrews at? Fuck the Bible. Put the Bible down and show me the Hebrews in the BC somewhere. And it's got to be before. It's got to be before 4th century BC. I don't want to hear shit 4th century BC because that's when the white boy nuked it and started coming up with creative shit. It's got to be anything before 400 BC. Show me some Hebrews or some Jews. You can't, you won't, you ain't. So cut it out. You study a book created by your fucking master and then you want to talk spiffy to black folks. No, we got to stop that and educate ourselves. And the more that I'm dealing with history class, and every time I got to put together a history lesson for the academy, I learn more shit. The shit that I just learned about the Arabs is fucking ridiculous. I can hands down, and I just did, hands down prove that Islam come from Christianity. It's so fucking evident, it's ridiculous. But if you don't study, then you don't know that. But studying don't interest you. Football does. Monday Night Football. Now that's exciting. Men in tight pants tackling each other. And that's a weird concept. One that I was in love with most of my life. Not for nothing. But now that I analyzed it through a conscious mind state, I said, what man set up? Because didn't no woman create football. A man did. So a man said, I'm going to create a sport where big buff men in skin tight pants are going to tackle each other for balls. Brown balls. Oh my God. And you don't get into the psyche of this dude and think it's sick. Y'all think I be tripping. He came up with this, not me. He came up with a game where big, buff, masculine, and to be a football player, you got to be buffed. They got you in a weight room all day just getting swole. And then, whose idea was it for open showers? Now you got the coach in there, and he get to walk around freely while big, swole, muscle motherfuckers jump in and out the shower. Playing, whacking each other with towels, giggling and shit. Whose idea was that? Open showers? Muscular men in open showers, showering together. They set it up like that in prison. And then got to know to call you homosexuals. You're setting up a homo camp. You got a bunch of people been deprived of sex, and now they sitting here soaking wet naked. You trying to start something. I'm just saying, though. Whose idea was it for swole, masculine men to be tackling each other for brown balls? They could have made the ball any color. Why'd they make it brown? They got dye. They could have colored it any color. Why'd they choose a brown ball? Same reason why in basketball you got to get a brown ball through a white net and then they say you scored. Same reason why you got to kick a brown ball through two white legs and then they say you scored. Not for nothing, that's the same thing your friends say when you tell them the cute girl down the street gave you some action. But hey, what do I know? Everything is a thing. I stopped watching sports in 96. Now, I can't tell that lie. It's been 2 years for me, but like with most things, when I'm done, I'll cold turkey it. So I don't got no desire to watch it. The only thing I'm finna do is figure out who finna win that motherfucking Super Bowl and put some money on it. And I'm gonna find out because I got people that's on the conscious side that's giving me tips. I'm finna find out who gonna win that Super Bowl. I'm gonna drop this bag on there and cash out. And that's gonna be my only use for sports from now on. Because it's a number system, don't y'all understand? And this is what y'all need to know. Every sporting event, the score is already set to an exact number. Everything is an exact number at exact time and all that. Like I told y'all before, when Kobe Bryant scored the 81 points, he did it on his 666th game. You really think that was an accident? You really fucking think he just so happened on his 666 game, he scored 81? Get the fuck out of here. Hey, yeah, the Queen Mother tried to tell us all kind of shit. She broke down the pool table and everything. And then I took her pool table analogy and I took it a little step further. But the Queen Mother was one of the dopest black minds in the history of this country. We didn't listen to her. Just like we didn't listen to a lot of people that came before her. Shit, we ain't listening now. Y'all got my black ass up here with 12 people. I'm dropping this fire. I can't even get black folks educated. I watched the NBA Finals and the Super Bowl a few times because of social activities, but I never had the love for the organized sports. Now, I was a sports fanatic. I can't lie about that. But the one thing I will say is I've been watching lately with a different eye, and it's amazing that I didn't catch it before how rehearsed this shit is. It's so rehearsed. It's a play. When you're watching a basketball game, you're watching a play. They already know how many points LeBron gonna score by the end of the season. They already know how much he's gonna score every night. They already know how many points he's gonna score per quarter because it means something. So, like for instance, the theme might be 56, right? The theme might be 56. So, if the theme is 56, then LeBron gonna score 22 points that game. Now this is how they'll do it. He might score 5 points in one quarter, 6 points in another quarter, have 11 by the half. Then he might come out the third quarter and go cold, and they say LeBron's having a bad game. He can't make a basket. He might not do nothing for the third quarter. Then go through an ultra in the fourth quarter and get the other half of the 56. See, this is how the game go. And you will never know. When you look at the quarter breakdown, he'll have 5 points in this quarter, 6 points in the other quarter. 6 points in that quarter, 5 points in another quarter. That's 56 when you look at it across the screen. But for you, oh, LeBron only scored 22. He didn't have a good game. He wasn't supposed to. The theme was something else. Now the theme might be 71. Now, they'll find different ways to sneak that 7 and that 1 in. This is how sports go. When Denzel new movie come out, it's going to come out in relation to his birthday and in relation to the Catholic Church. Everything, all roads lead to the Catholic Church. Everything is a ceremony. This is everything is, I keep telling y'all, everything is energy. So what they're doing is using sacred science and sacred mathematics against us. This is our science and our mathematics, and they're using it against us because they have compartmentalized our thought process. So we no longer put everything together in one pot. We got a category for everything, so we don't think together. And y'all be saying why black folks can't think together and why we can't get on the same page, because we were taught not to, and not directly. Y'all think it's just because they taught us not to like each other. They did, but they also trained a society in compartmentalized thinking. And that's why everything has got a time schedule. Your favorite program come on at this time, and that time. You got to be to work at this time. You get off at that time. Everything is in a box. This is a scary movie. This is a good movie. This is a bad movie. This ain't sexuality, it's porn. You see, now when you turn it into porn, it gets a dirty connotation to it. Now what's on porn is the same shit we do in our bedroom. But when they put it on the screen, it's dirty. Ooh, it's porn. and it's this illicit thing that you can't see. And then as soon as you say that, then the prices on it skyrocket. So people paying to watch the same shit they do at home. Because they turned it into a thing that you can't have. As soon as they tell you you can't have something, then your nature is to try to get it. It's rituals, geometry equals energy harvesting. Absolutely. And everything in this world is a ritual. Everything is a ritual. Everything's got a date on it. This is how I was able to sniff out old Donald Trump. Because of the numbers. He got caught up in the numbers. A lot of his numbers add up. The numbers in his name add up to the Jesuit. The numbers in his name add up to Society of Jesus. The numbers in his name add up to the Jesuits. The numbers in his name add up to everything it ain't supposed to. Now, when you're talking about Jesuits, the Pope, and Society of Jesus, that's who runs the planet. And this is how I knew when they say the Vatican went pitch black and they snatched up the Pope. That's impossible, bro. Who is big enough to do that? And if they snatched up the Pope, it's not because of why y'all think. If they snatched, first of all, I got footage from the time that they said the lights didn't go out. I got people that sent me shit from Rome, clearly showing you, at the time they showing you on their phone, we was outside. Here's the time they say, as you can see on our phone, ain't no lights out. There's no police nowhere. So you can shoot that out. So if that didn't happen, then why Q lie about it? And here's the thing you got to understand. If the Vatican was shut down, bro, if they lights go out, your motherfucking lights going out. They run this bitch. And it's somebody over them. So if they shut down the Vatican, it wasn't because of no fucking Donald Trump and what they doing. It's because they got something else going on and he's in the way. Or they want you to see a certain thing. That's all that goes on. Simply because this right here. Who the fuck is going to arrest the Pope? What police is that? You talking about the United States military. Who the fuck do they work for? If the United States military was really about protecting the country, like y'all think, then how the fuck they just watch them? Fuck what we think as people. Okay, we can have our divided opinion. But anybody on the real side that really care about the country, we see what appears to be an election that just got stolen. So why the military still riding with Joe Biden? They talking about the National Guard finna come defend Biden. Why? Don't y'all see that's a game? See, y'all got emotional things that you feel about Donald Trump because you fell for the whole setup. So since you got an emotional feeling about Donald Trump, then it is in your favor to believe this Biden bullshit. But if you think about it from a logical standpoint, we all just watched this goddamn man lose the election and do all kind of funny shit with the ballots. We seen it. We seen the little black lady sneaking around showing us ballots that they was cheating on. We seen it. Fuck what you believe. Fuck talking about conspiracy. We seen footage of a black woman on 3 separate occasions at the voting place doing illegal shit and showing you illegal shit. No investigation. Nobody went to jail. And Biden is still doing his thing. Okay, fine. But why is the United States military going along with it? So that lets you know. It's a fucking game. And then you couldn't stop them little ragtag people from running into the Capitol building. And I told y'all that. Okay, if that breach was for real, who's holding the fucking camera? You gotta think. They just got a cameraman that's watching the whole thing. Never in a threat. And then, here's the blessing. Life sends you in the direction you're supposed to be in. Since I'm in the film, I make movies and I edit. I direct the movies. I put the whole script together and I do my own editing. So that gives me an advantage with this right here. Something that happens every time I film. When you're doing an action scene and you're working with multiple camera angles, you're gonna get a cross shot. Now a cross shot is basically when we doing an action scene and say like when the security guard is running up the steps. That's an action scene. So you got a guy with the camera, and the camera is on a big ass rig. He would have never been able to hold it that steady as fast as the security guard is moving. So that means he had the kind of camera that you see on the news, where he got the shoulder harness and he holding it like the big boy. He had that kind of camera. That's the only explanation on how he was able to keep up. So now, you got the small camera. When you turn the corner coming up the steps, you cross shot, meaning you catch the other cameraman in your angle. Now, when you're on the editing floor, you got a lot of different takes that you're looking through. And especially if you're under the clock and you ain't got that much time to edit. You'll look at 5 different clips, you'll rotate them, and you'll fuck around and mix up the clip thinking that you got the one in. Now, they say, hey, we got 1 minute, we got to roll. Okay, this is the right one, fuck it. 5, 4, 3, 2, boom, and it's on. Now, we got live footage of a motherfucker running up the stairs, supposedly running for his life, but you got a cameraman in the background getting footage. That's not a real thing. They got caught. They put the wrong footage up. And y'all don't see that because you so caught up in, oh my God, look, get the fuck out of here. Why was his nightstick on the floor? Because he sat it down and they was getting ready to do the scene and somebody yelled action before he was able to grab his stick, or he forgot it before they said action. So now in the middle of a scene, what I've had to do 1,000 times, when I forget something in a scene, maybe I don't get my gun in the spot it's supposed to be, and I don't want to redo the scene, or I can't, then I have to create a scenario off the fly where I can get to my gun. So he says that bullshit ass statement, then he bag up and he grab his nightstick. What the fuck is his nightstick doing in the middle of the floor? Nobody cares about that. Because you too caught up in the bullshit emotion that don't even exist. It never happened. So if the storming of the Capitol never happened, then the infiltration of Antifa never happened. And then the fucking Trump sent 2 people to go get Pelosi's laptop. Why would Trump be dumb enough to think that Pelosi would leave her laptop? How did he just know that this secret laptop that Pelosi's got with all this stuff on it is going to be there? You know why they used the laptop thing? Because you fell for it last time. See how easy it is? We got caught up in the whole Hillary laptop thing. And they rolled that way for 3 years. So now, they hit you again. Now Pelosi's got a laptop with secrets to China and all that. Get the fuck out of here, bro. What the fuck? Why? These people smarter than that. Even if she did have this fucking laptop with this information on it, after you just watch what happened to Hillary, why would you keep your laptop with all of these secrets just hanging out right here? They want you to think that they don't do what they do in the movies. When they got top secret information, they stick a flask in there and get it off the fucking computer. Why would you just leave top secret information on such an important computer? Just have it there. And let's just say that they didn't know what was going to happen on the 6th. They knew something was going to happen. Something drastic. For all you know, this guy's the president. He's got a lot of clearance. It could be a blackout. It could be this 10-day shutdown they talking. It could be anything. You don't know. So way before the 6th, Nancy Pelosi would have took whatever sacred, anybody would have took whatever was sacred. The president finna bust a move. You don't know what it is. So you leave a computer with top secret information out. So people can just get to the info. And now it's like, oh no, they got Pelosi's computer. And now they're going to tell you what's on it, and you're going to believe it, and they're going to doctor up some footage, and you might see who knows what you'll see. But it's not real. Because right now you trapped in a movie. So none of this could be real. You're not going to get me to believe that all of this shit before here was fake, but it's finna get real now. The only thing is going to be real is your response to the bullshit they pulled. And it's finna get worse. They got you scared now and you believe the scenario. The problem is this. When y'all stop believing the scenario, they have to switch gears. They're looking at social media. Duh, they created it. So they looking at how you respond to certain things. And then that's the direction they go in. They got a thing. Okay, put it to you this way. They got a thing that says so-and-so is trending. How do they know what's trending? The algorithms of a certain thing being talked about or shared or liked. So if you got this narrative about Antifa, they got something that'll chart how many times Antifa was said after the DC breach. And was it in their favor or not? And they can look right at the chart and it'll tell them Antifa was said this many times in the red, this many times in the clear. Just that simple. Now, they know. Okay, they believe this Antifa thing. Let's push the narrative. They see how many people fell for the computer thing with Hillary. Okay, let's bring that back. Everybody hates Nancy Pelosi. So this was an easy target. Y'all liked Hillary and they pulled it off. So now Nancy Pelosi, nobody like her. So it's easy to believe that she had this laptop with this top secret stuff on there. And something is going to happen. Just like that DC thing happened. But whatever it is, it's going to be fake as fuck. Y'all going to wild out. And every time y'all wild up, they're going to turn the pressure up. Because they got you where they want you now. Why would they stop? This the part you ain't looking at. Why would they stop now? They got you exactly where they want you. So now, with that being said, hey, I got this, I got a call line, y'all. Let's get it. I'm going to go to the, I'm going to use the restroom, and I'm going to give y'all the number, and let's talk about how y'all feel about what we talking about right now. See, we got to open this thing up like everybody else. So on Tuesdays now, I made this misinformation because the topic was something I really needed us to get into. But on Tuesdays, it'll be the Tuesday takeover, and we will usually be talking for a minute, and then the phone lines will be open. So now, I'm going to give y'all the number, and then y'all can decide whether y'all want to call in or not. If y'all don't call in, then I'm just going to talk shit and find me something to eat. It's 608, area code 608 520-0539. Area code 608-520-0539. I'll be right back. Make them bring me that juice out the freezer. Oh. All right, black folk. Let me see if there's 5 people left in the room. Oh, we still going strong. All right, now, it's crazy that I had said, anytime, I'm going to pat myself on the back. Anytime I say something to y'all, before some of the people who I admire say it, then that is time for me to give myself a little pat on the back. So now I was listening to one of my favorite speakers, and somebody asked him, are we the real AI? Wait a minute. Who said that first? Didn't I say that 2 months ago in the lecture? Didn't I say 2 months ago, and then I said it again 2 nights ago, that the real artificial intelligence is us? Because if they have hijacked our intelligence, then the intelligence that we are currently using is artificial. So when they tell you that AI is going to take over, it already has. And this is the thing we have to pay attention to. Now, to take it a step further, you got people that got all of these resources and all of this currency, and they got a plan for you. You don't got a plan for you, but they do. And that's the whole thing. This Elon Musk, this whole downloading consciousness, do y'all understand what that means? If there's a such thing as a devil, that's the devil's work. That's taking what it is, your soul, your energy, and harnessing it on a fucking flash drive. They're reducing the creator's creation to a flash drive, and then taking that flash drive and can implement that into anything they want. Now, here's the real science you need to understand. Excuse me, y'all. Now let's say, in theory, we're not talking actuality, we're talking theory. Because if you watch this channel, you know from dealing with me that God and the devil are not exactly what we're being told. But in theory, God is the ultimate good, and the devil is the ultimate evil. And the devil, in theory, patterns himself on being the exact opposite of everything God is, but trying to achieve everything God does, but from the opposite perspective. This is by their definition. So let's just take a look at it. Now, if you look at, I talked about this Saturn thing before. You got the Saturn hexagon, they call it. And there is a completely pitch black hexagon on Saturn. They can't identify what that is. But now, when you take the figure of a hexagon and you sit it down, within that hexagon, you can get a box or a cube. So now, you can take that cube and you can do two things with it. You can unfold it and make it a Christian cross, or you can leave it as it is and make a couple million people walk around it and worship it. Now, these are the core of your two most dominant religions on the planet, Christianity and Islam. And right at the core of Christianity and Islam is the Saturnian hexagon. Why is that so? And then you have a scripture that tells you that Satan is the god of this planet. And we know the word Satan comes from the word Saturn. So the only point I'm trying to make is this right here. Whatever this Satan is, the energy apparently in some way, shape, or form controls the dynamics of this planet. And so that means that energy, everything that energy brings to you and everything that energy suggests to you will be the opposite of God. So everything that this planet is suggesting to you, seeing as how your scriptures that you believe in tell you that Satan runs this planet, then that means that everything that the people who control this planet suggest to you is what? Satanic energy. Not because I said so, because I said so. You can see this in everything on this planet. We kill for pleasure. We harm for fun. We destroy to build. We don't build buildings that can stand the test of time. We build buildings that can make us some money. And then when we have maximized the money that can make us, we tear it down and we build again. Everything here is about destruction and rebuilding. Because out of chaos comes order. This is their model. So everything they want a certain way. Before they get it a certain way, they're going to bring you chaos and destruction. Because this is how they formulate and mold the people into bending and doing their will. So now, what are you seeing? Extreme times of destruction and chaos. What does that mean? They are building something. What? If the way they operate is to first tear down before they rebuild, then look at what you're seeing in front of you. You're seeing riots. You're seeing chaos. You're seeing racial hate. You're seeing fire, brimstone, burning, sexual confusion, sexual hatred. All of this shit brewing in one big pot. And all while the people who are responsible keep telling you, well, this is happening because of that. We'll fix it. And that's only happening because of that. We'll fix it. And that's only happening. Now, how come we haven't noticed that the people who continually tell us why things are the way they are have not yet developed a solution to fix any fucking thing? They just always tell you why things are the way they are. They wait for shit to get fucked up and then tell you, well, this is fucked up because of y'all. Never is the power structure accepting any responsibility. They always either blame the other president, blame the other party. It's never them. Think about it. It's either the citizens or the other party. Nobody is ever admitting that they're wrong. How can this make sense to you? And nobody's saying the shit that I'm saying. So then no candidate is telling the truth. Nobody's for you. Nobody's coming out telling you the fucking truth. Think about it. Bro, we ain't talked about missing babies in months. What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened to the missing children? We haven't talked about that shit in months. All you people who so dead sit on QAnon, I was fucking with them for a minute too. But when you wrong, you wrong. So now where the fuck is the babies at? We don't even deal with that no more. Nobody. Nobody cares. Not even Trump. Where's all these task force at? Ain't none. You got task force going to get all these motherfucking babies, but when they steal the presidential election, now you got to say, calm down, people, calm down. Where's the military people that said they riding with him no matter what? Why are we doing all of this secret squirrel shit? Why not just come out and say, we got the evidence for everything y'all did. The military is behind me. We finna show the American people when y'all not getting office. What is this game for? Now we got to wait a couple more weeks to see what's going to happen next week. The big deal. And then they're putting something together. They're going to scare the shit out of y'all and y'all going to conform again. What is all of this? According to what we seen and according to what the activists active president said. The active president, the world leader, says somebody stole an American election. And the media says he's lying. When the fuck have you ever seen this? And then he just honored like, well, damn. But that media, fake news. What the fuck? You're the president, bro. You can't do nothing? There's nothing you could do to say, hey, and why all the secret shit? Why can't you do it on the spot? As soon as that shit happened, you said, didn't I tell y'all they was going to steal the election? We knew this was going to happen. So why the fuck you wasn't more prepared? Oh, he was prepared. He put special watermarks on the ballots. I was like, ooh, this is a smart-ass white dude. Okay, what the fuck are we doing then? If you had these special watermark ballots to prove that they cheated because you knew they was going to cheat, what the fuck are we doing now? We waiting for this to get overturned and that. Fuck getting overturned. Bro, we tricked y'all. We knew you was going to do it. That's like, what's that shit? Bait car. The bait car. They know it's a bunch of car thieves in the area, so they put the goddamn stolen car with the cameras and everything in there. When you steal the car, they come out like, aha, I got you, right there on the spot. You don't get to take the car home and then fight it out in court whether you stole it or not. Bitch, no, we got you on tape stealing the vehicle. Okay, you got watermarked with special ballots. So every ballot they lied about, we got it right here, the evidence. What courtroom are you taking these watermarked ballots to that clearly proves you set the government up and the government's looking at it like, nah, no evidence. And then the military was looking at it like, well, we got to be loyal to America. Get the fuck out of here, bro. None of this shit makes sense. But it makes sense to y'all because you got cooled into the Trump thing. I did too. But I'm there for information. I'm not there for Trump. And I made that abundantly clear. I like things about the guy before this. I still like things about the guy. If I put it on a scale of who means black people well, if I go off of that, not a white man in the White House give a fuck about black people. Past, present, or future. So what does that got to do with anything? You think it's really white people in the White House just wondering like, you know what? This government just doesn't do right by black people. Are you fucking kidding me? If you a nigga in this country, or excuse me, let me be politically correct. If you are African American or of the diaspora and you find your way to get the fuck out the ghetto and end up in the goddamn White House, you don't give a shit what niggas is doing. That ain't your world. I'm in a completely different world. This is the standard of this society. So then you know nobody in the White House give a fuck about your black ass because you know what it takes to be black and get to the White House? And if you white and get to the White House, my guess is you never gave a fuck about us through the door or you wouldn't be nowhere near these people. This is a global white supremacy seat. The power, the number one power place for global white supremacy is the American White House. At least visually. Now, of course, that's not the real power. But on a visual scale, where all the orders of how you run this bitch, they flow through the White House. That's the number one puppet on the planet, is the Oval Office. So, you're not getting there and you give a shit about black people. You're not making it to the NBA and you give a shit about black people. Why not? Because one NBA check could change a whole community forever. So how come no black man ever do it? If one black man for every team just gave a fuck about his city, you wouldn't have no port. Just think about it. For 50 years, they've been giving black men hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars to shoot a fucking ball through a net or to wrestle with other grown men for balls. For that, you get millions. And we got no stories of nobody coming through and changing their entire fucking structure of their city for black people. Y'all be saying stupid shit like, they got a community center over there on the east 43rd Street, and yeah, LeBron got a school. LeBron eat babies. You know what the fuck probably going on at that school? Fuck out of here. I wouldn't let my kids nowhere near a fucking LeBron school. And the little kids in uniform and shit, and y'all think that's a big deal. Michael Jordan donated to a hospital that ain't in the fucking city he from. Built a hospital in the wrong city. Bitch, Carolina don't give a shit about you. They didn't even let you play basketball. You from Chicago. That's what I'm saying. You got to pay attention to what's going on. Nobody cares. So now, what do? If you're not going to build your own, create your own, and trust in each other, then you might as well give up. Throw the towel in, get your ass a Black Lives Matter t-shirt, and go hang out with the youngest, and at least they really think they're making a difference. If Black Lives Matter, you wouldn't have to say the slogan. Who the fuck has to say that? How the fuck you gotta tell the government that the people who built the country matter? And y'all don't understand that? We so brainwashed, we voted for a man who ignored every question about reparations he ever had. And on a couple occasions told you he didn't believe in it. And he also said that he didn't want little white kids in the same school with little black kids. And you voted for him. And your vote don't fucking matter no way. The only reason why your vote matters is because now, when this shit get fucked up, they gonna blame your black ass. Watch what they... When Joe Biden burned this bitch to the ground and sent us all to the depths of hell, they're going to blame your black ass and say, you the one got him in office. And you so politically ill-informed, you think you did the right thing. You couldn't have been further from the right thing. And none of it is the right thing because all politicians is there to do one thing. People say Trump was a horrible president. No, he wasn't. He was one of the greatest. Why? Because he convinced you he was horrible. That was his job, to convince you of something. Doesn't matter what. His job was to invoke emotion and split up America. Half of y'all think he's legendary. Half of y'all think he's the dumbest motherfucker to ever say anything political. Mission accomplished. I don't think any president in the history of this country ever achieved so much diversity. So many mixed feelings about him. Not even Obama stirred up the pot this much. Obama stirred up the pot on a certain level where he just brought a lot of racism, a lot of hidden racism to the forefront. But this dude right here, he laid this whole bitch down in turmoil. Y'all don't know what to do. I hate him. I love him. Oh, fuck Trump. Q. The Nancy Pelosi. The computers. They got you niggas sounding like y'all got Tourette's. Y'all just said anything. QAnon, computers, Nancy, Trump. Voter registration. Power. Yeah, just scream shit. Listen. If you see somebody at the forefront of society getting heavy publicity, they're not for you. You notice how I didn't put any line of work they do or any occupation or any of that. I ain't putting nothing next to it. If they are heavily at the forefront of American society and you see them a lot on media platforms, they are not for you. The government's you're not getting anything where you're going to get your views popping like that unless we do it the way we doing it. One day y'all wake up and decide y'all really want to share my video, then a lot of people see it, they hear I'm saying some dope ass shit, and then they start rocking with us. Until that happens, then it's going to be us 10 or 12 every night, and I'm going to keep doing it till they shoot me through the phone or hit me with a laser beam or something. That's pretty much how I got it mapped out. So you can share your thoughts with me. You can tell me how y'all see it, but in my mind, that's pretty much how it's going to go. See, now y'all supposed to, I gave y'all the number. We got to get like these big channels, man. You got to call in and talk some shit. Another thing too, like I said before, they like a trifecta. you got Fauci, Gates, and Elon Musk. All of them are at the forefront of your society, leading millions of Americans in a certain direction. And none of them like, okay, who the fuck is Elon Musk? This nigga sell cars. Why do we listen to a car dealer? You know why? Because he got money. Y'all money whores. If somebody got a lot of money, they could tell you anything. The only reason why I don't got that many people on my channel, because if I was showing money and giving away money and shit like that, I had a pop in this channel out here. I'm not giving no free money away, and this ain't got nothing to do with money or the money culture. If this had anything to do with the money culture, we would break the fucking server every night. That's all that matters to y'all. And they understand that. So Elon Musk is listened to because he make cars of the dead guy that they killed and stole his secrets. Apparently that's how you get famous in this country. You gotta murder somebody important and take their shit. Become them. Or Ja Rule. What about Ja Rule? Ja Rule was my guy. They did Ja Rule dirty too. That's how you know what they do to the real ones. Ja Rule made so much money, they got his ass clean up out of here. Get your ass up out of here. And never to be heard from again. Next time we see him, that nigga was just getting out the joint with a reality show. When you don't play the game, boy, they got something for you. You not gonna get around this system. And that's what y'all think. Y'all keep thinking there's ways around it. So that's why you feel like you could do certain things and it don't matter. Look, bro. You cannot sit around and watch satanic ass professional sports with your life and think just because you went to work and you didn't commit no crimes and go to jail that you better than a crack dealer. You just as fucked up as the dude selling crack. Slavery just got you in a more passive way. At least the crack dealer is a revolutionary because he didn't buy into the system. Now, I'm not promoting selling crack because I think it's horrible. But I'm saying the crack dealer can only exist if he has a revolutionary spirit. The rest of the world, Monday through Friday, they go to work. Friday night, the average black man who is not hustling and from mid-30s and up on Friday night, he'd have got off work, cashed his check, he went to the liquor store. If he smoked weed, he hit up the weed man, and he trying to hurry up and get home for NBA Friday. And that's the highlight. And we go to each other's houses, we buy pop bottles and buy all kind of drugs, and then we go sit at each other's house and we yell and scream over sporting events. And that's manly. That's what you're supposed to do. And if you don't do that, the people look at you like, you ain't see the playoffs? You ain't see that play? You ain't see the finals? You ain't see Brian? Like, you're an alien if you don't understand what that world is about. But what the fuck does that world do at all for black people? Nothing. Not one fucking thing. That does not contribute to black society and that is not helpful in no way, shape, or form. But if you ain't doing that, you ain't a part of the culture. If you ain't riding around listening to these songs that talk about killing black people and treating black women like shit all day, if you're not doing that, you ain't listening to that new woo-woo. What the fuck wrong with you? I tell people I don't listen to music. Some people don't even want to ride in my car. Which is fine. You can get your ass out because there won't be no music in here. Oh, I'm glad you brought up Chappelle. I'm finna tell y'all some cold-blooded shit that I just seen. Now, I already was rocking with Chappelle. But this, to me, proves unequivocally that the new Chappelle that we see now ain't the same Dave Chappelle. Now, I don't want to get into what I think happened to him because that could open up all kind of speculatory doors. But I would just say, in my personal opinion, I don't think it's the same Dave Chappelle. Now, what we do We try to get it in once a month. After our Panther Patrol, we have a film study so we can educate ourselves about certain different things. So now, since the brothers was talking about Dave Chappelle prior to us starting our film study, it gave me an idea. Dave Chappelle got a thing where he is called In the Actor Studio. And basically, a lot of celebrities go to this place called an Actor Studio. And you got a lot of, you got students that get a chance to really watch a celebrity and at the end ask questions. So now, Dave Chappelle go there. And now, he will show you the real live brilliance. What he did was brilliant when the owner kept trying to get him to do some coon shit or use or say nigga in a bad way. And Dave Chappelle was brilliantly, he was like motherfucking Neo in the Matrix. You couldn't hit him. The man say, he say, you know, I always try to get a celebrity, or at least the ones that know how to do a little dance on my show. It's tradition. What do you got for me? Dave Chappelle told him, I've been dancing for white folks for 17 years. I ain't gonna be able to do that one. Dude tell him, well, you can dance for one more. Now he said, well, you can dance for one more white folk. And Dave Chappelle say, he gave him this look, he say, nah, I ain't gonna be able to do that one. He said, I tell you what, it's cliche for you to have people dance. You say you got people do it all the time, so that's cliche. Let's make history. Let's do something we never did before. Let's do it together. If I dance, you gotta promise me I'll pass it to you. You gotta take it. So he's saying like, I'm about to hit you and you finna dance with me, white man. Another stroke of brilliance. I've been dancing for white folks 17 years, can't do it. When that didn't work, he said, well, you can dance for one more white man. Then he said, well, if I dance, you gonna dance with me. Then, when that didn't work, he tried to come from a different route. He say, now you know, Dave Chappelle got that character, I think his name is Clayton Bigsby or whatever the fuck, where he played the Klansman that's blind and don't know he black and he a racist. So it's a black Klansman that's racist and he don't know he black. Now, dude say, out of all of the things you did, that's probably your most historical and controversial role. He said, I hate to put you on the spot, but if I call on him right now, would he come? Meaning, will you go into character for me? Now, the character is a black racist, Klanman. So he says a lot of foul, he used nigga like crazy and he said a lot of foul shit. So now, he say, I probably could do that. And then dude say, well, since you found out, since you since you got your sight back and found out you was black, has anything changed in your world? He said, yeah. First thing he told him, he say, I found out my penis was bigger. Bow, Mr. White Man, you didn't expect that one, did you? Next thing he say, anything else? He say, yeah. I finally had a taste of some of that brown sugar, and I ain't never going back. Bow, white man, hit you with another one. See, these ain't the answers that he expected to get. He trying to trick him into saying nigga or doing some coon shit. And the brilliance of Dave Chappelle, he see what the white man on. And every time he hitting him with a dagger. He didn't expect him to say, my penis is bigger. Then he didn't expect him to say, I've now had sex with a black woman and I ain't never going back the other way. These is all black empowerment statements. He didn't want to hear no black empowerment. He wanted to hear some coonery for his class and for the white execs. So now, that didn't work. He hit her with another question. He say, well now that you ain't in the company of some of your old friends, do you ever miss the camaraderie? He told him the food was good. Ha! Bitch, you not finna get me to say no coon shit. Every time. This how y'all supposed to be. But see, the white folk get y'all trapped and y'all get to playing your fiddle, to playing a harmonica, and get on your banjo. Massa. Jesus coming back, massa. That's what y'all like to do. Play the banjo and the harmonica and all that type of shit. Ain't no white folk coming to save you. Your black ass gonna have to cook. Just like that turkey on Thanksgiving. You turkeys gonna cook. I told y'all, some of y'all put the wrong damn turkey in the oven. Some of your kinfolks put the wrong turkey in the oven. Some of y'all should have been gobbling your ass all the way on to the back of that oven. That's what the fuck was needed. They got nothing for you. Look at the height of heights that this man reached. And when they couldn't control him no more, everything went sideways. And now, we got this big, swole, not that funny ass nigga. Where he come from? But, hey, tomato, tomato. If you ask me personally, I don't think it's the same guy. Now, I got theories on what I think happened to him, but that's neither here nor there. I just don't think it's the same guy. And if so, they done nuked the shit out of him. They done Kanye West his ass with a teacup. And when Kanye spazzed out on his family and said that his wife was trying to turn him, he know that he the person from Get Out. And then he left and he went to his ranch to get the fuck away from everybody. Who the first person went to see him? They sent Dave Chappelle sneaky ass. Don't let him fool ya. Oh, da. Oh, even try to school ya. Y'all better pay attention to these people. You so busy just... Now, how the queen just pop in the room and the first thing she do is hit share? You Negroes been in here down there 2 hours and I'm still the whole top row, only 2 of y'all in here share. See? I can't expect no black economics if I can't get a goddamn share. This is the type of shit when you get this information that's currency. All of this will start to not make sense. See, you don't got the base core information. So when certain things are brought to your attention, you say, well, that can't be right. Well, why can't it? When I say the whole government is related, you say, well, that can't be right. Why can't it? When I say that the Christians created Islam, y'all say that can't be right. Why can't it? How come things that you never studied and never looked into, how you so positive they can't be right? And why you so lazy? What's wrong with getting off your ass? And if you disagree with me, what's wrong with going to see if I'm right? I've been saying some things contrary to some of my supporters about Trump. And now I see some of those supporters don't fuck with me no more. Well, then you wasn't really fucking with me in the first place. If because I don't like a white man, you don't like me no more, then you wasn't really with me no way. First of all. Second of all, brethren, I love you. Why don't you go look and see if I'm right? All you gotta do is just use common sense. See, they be fucking up with me when they go too far. You could have left the Nancy Pelosi laptop bullshit out of the game. When you do that, they show me the same formula I just went through last year. I'm not getting back on that train. We did the whole laptop shit. And what came of that? See, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all caught up in this Nancy Pelosi with the laptop thing. Let's just say that that's right. They got Nancy Pelosi's laptop. They had Hillary Clinton shit for the last 3 years. What the fuck they doing with it? Not a motherfucking thing. That heifer ain't nowhere near a jail cell. You ain't gotta have Obama laptop. This bitch destroyed 7 black nations. His body of workers. We got a portfolio right there on the news. These people are free. Yahoo, peace, God. These people are free. So then we gotta jump off the ride. Who the fuck sees a plane finna crash? You got a parachute and go down with the plane. We didn't have to crash. We don't have to crash with that plane. We got parachutes. I'm handing them out to black folks every 3 nights a week. 3 nights a week, I got Negro parachutes. All you got to do is get in it and get off the goddamn plane. Too many of y'all want to go down with the ship and you was never a fucking captain. You got life jackets and we got parachutes. There's no need for tragedy or fatality in this particular situation. Get your ass off the plane. That Trump plane crashed. It's a wrap. Let it go. And so, for some of my religious brethren, let it go and let God. Let it go. It's a wrap. Every prediction Q made, they fucking lied. What about this whole the money? They took the Federal Reserve over. Our money is backed by the right shit now, and they about to stop this currency and come with the Nasara, and we supposed to have 10 days of darkness. What happened to all of this shit? Y'all forgot about all that? What about the list with everybody that was in Guantanamo Bay? And I know for a fact, they said Obama was dead and Michelle. First they said Michelle was dead. They called her Big Mike, a.k.a. Michelle, got killed first. And then they said Obama was begging for his life and giving away all kind of secrets and shit and snitching. And so they was keeping him alive. And then the last report we got was they finally killed Obama. They didn't need him no more. And they was finna go to the next phase of the plan. And then this bitch came out with a book. So I'm not buying it no more. And okay, you gonna get super deep on me and say, well, they clones. Okay, fine. So we got a bunch of clones running around. Why the fuck ain't nobody telling? Why we supposed to just keep believe? Where the fuck is the evidence that these is clones? Where's some concrete shit for us to hold on to so I could keep riding on this dumbass ride? Now I'm at the point where you starting to do me like that rest of them do me. Because I said so. Fuck that. Now it's cause Q said so. Fuck cause Q said so. Where's the evidence to back up what you saying? Why the fuck is this man acting like that shit was a real thing the other day? That was no fucking breach. That was Hollywood. They figured we told y'all Hollywood shut down. Now we got all of this film equipment. We got all these actors and actresses and nothing to do with it. The reason why they shut down Hollywood, because they was finna turn your whole world into the stage. So they needed everybody available to play their part. And that's what you got. You got one big cinema. Somebody yelled action at the beginning of 2020, and this bitch been on and popping ever since. And it's gonna get worse because you believe it. All this shit is fake. It's all a $3 bill. Every bit of it. You can't pick no part of it that's real. None of it. The realest shit you might experience in your lifetime is these conversations we have. Past once we get off of here, shit, you don't even know if once I get off of here, they take a fucking battery out my back. You wouldn't know. Nothing is real. So when we live in an illusionary existence, when are we going to get into the game and wake up and start realizing, you're on your own, bro. We got us and whatever we come up with. And some of y'all don't like my plan, so I'm just sitting back waiting for y'all plan, because I ain't like y'all. I'm going to participate. Anything, any of y'all know black folks in general, but it's about probably the 10 up here that fuck with me on a regular basis, consistent basis. Anything y'all come up with, I'm going to participate in, even if it financially costs me within the means of my finance. Because how else we going to get it done? The only thing I'm not going to support is if whatever I feel like you doing is not directly going to be beneficial to black people. Now, in that case, you're on your own, because I'm not doing nothing that I don't feel leads to black people. And a lot of y'all got some black businesses that leads back to white America. And them black businesses I ain't supporting. If you got motherfucking, you making motherfucking, the motherfucking, the hair growth shit so white men can grow their bald spots back, talking about black business matters, bro, I can't really invest in that money. Let these white boys walk around with their goddamn weird ass drop top they be having. It's the only giggle I get out of this world is when a white boy with a ponytail take his hat off and all this shit in the middle gone. Would I be wrong to tell you that I sometimes sit back and I wonder, will I have? I live for those moments. Today, will I have the pleasure? Will the cosmos give me the pleasure of seeing a drop top white man that just won't let it go? Some of them is proud of it. Them ain't so fun, even though they still funny looking. But the ones that really don't want you to know. And now some of you Negroes starting to do that. They got that boy. Okay, I'm finna say something lousy, but it don't necessarily count because I told you first. But they got that boy from Milwaukee. I can't remember his name, but he the lead in the revolution, and he got them youngins walking all over the nation. And that brother took his hat off. He got some long ass braids all the way down his back. He took his hat off, and the middle part was missing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not putting my life in the hands of no nigga that can't be honest with himself. You don't even believe your hair leaving you. But you want me to believe in your revolution. I'm not following a nigga nowhere that is confused about whether his hair should stay or not. This is just not something I'm going to put. I'm not putting my salvation and the salvation of my children in the hands of a nigga with a drop top and some braids. How the fuck is your hair long enough to go down your back, but ain't no shit in the middle? Oh God, white Jesus gonna get me for that one. I apologize. I'm just saying though, this just shows you that y'all will follow anything. This nigga is confused about his hair, but he know exactly what to do with white folks. The hair that you grew up with, you had it your whole life. Nobody knows it better than you. You don't know what to do with it. But you got to answer for white America. Yeah, whatever. All I'm saying is this right here. Y'all, see, man, y'all messed up our Tuesday. Y'all supposed to hit the phone lines. I'm going to give y'all one more chance. Then after that, I'm going to go not smoke marijuana and eat. 608-520-0539. 608-520-0539. Now, either way it go, who's running your society into the ground right now? On the level, on the scale in which it counts? Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and Dr. Fauci. They got the public eye, they're being listened to the most, and they're leading you straight to hell intentionally. You just got to think about it. I'm going to give you a helper. Go on your Google right now. And Google Freddy Krueger. And then Google Bill Gates. And put their fucking faces right next to each other. And tell me if you still trust them. And then go back to Google. And Google Michael Myers. And then put Elon Musk's face right next to him. And tell me if you still trust that fucker. Now, for Dr. Fauci, this one's going to be a little more complicated. You got to go get this cartoon named Little Stewart. And it's this little mouse, little rat thing that look exactly like Dr. Fauci. Go get Little Stewart, get the little rat, and get Dr. Fauci, and put their face next to each other and see if you still trust that motherfucker. So you got Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, and a rat that's giving you all of your current advice on how to make your society better and what black folks should do. And I'm somewhat confused at how black folks listen to rats, because we don't like rats. We do like Freddy Krueger though. That is one of our sick things. Because I fuck with Freddy. I was a Freddy fan way before I realized that he was a fucking pedophile and the parents was right. I used to be mad at the parents for setting the bitch on fire. Then I thought about it. They caught this nigga in a barn with all the kids from the city. This nigga was killing all the kids, the whole town, killing the kids. And the parents caught that bitch and locked his ass up and set the building on fire. Real shit. The movie should have been about them. The rest of the Freddy Krueger movies should have been about the parents. I don't know why the fuck we had to look at that pedophile for fucking, what they got, Freddy Krueger 19 now. We on about Freddy Krueger 19 some shit. That's 520-0539. Yeah, that number right. That's the right number, Queen. Excuse me. I got damn hiccups. But now, we just got to pay attention, brother. They working something. And it's big. And it requires us to be docile and not pay attention to shit. We got a vaccine that don't cure nobody. I've seen people smart as hell get dumb. And I've seen people dumb as hell get smart. But I never seen three things: a UFO, an honest politician, and somebody as dumb as Biden was 12 months ago become as smart as he is 12 months later. How did that fucking dummy from last year turn into this new nigga who's smart as hell? And how come none of y'all want to know what happened to the dummy that couldn't get a sentence out? The man could not speak in complete sentences just 12 months. If you're not black if you don't vote on me. Cockroaches. Pamela. What the fuck? Now all of a sudden, he's building his economy staff and the budgets and all kind of shit. He just got smart than a motherfucker all of a sudden. They're lying. It's a lie. It's a game, just like everything else. It's a lie. It's a game, just like everything else. Everything in this society is a lie, a game, a deception. So with that being said, I'm hungry. Y'all didn't call. We'll try again next Tuesday. But I will say this. Once again, last thing, to everybody who is in the academy, I'm about to get up off here and upload the new class. That shit usually takes about, I can't lie, about 5 hours. So, long story short, you won't get nothing till the morning. But guaranteed, 100%, when you wake up, unless the whoever they are crash my computer like they do every time I'm finna tell y'all something extraordinary. But if that don't happen, then you will wake up to a fly ass lesson on the transatlantic slave trade in Islam. Now, past that point, if you're not in my class, then, well, I don't know what the hell's your problem, but we love you anyway. And you should be. I loaded up a bunch of new stuff on Patreon. And this week, I'll get at least 3 or 4 new videos up on Patreon. So everybody that's been supporting the Patreon, that's dope. It only takes $5. Or if you ain't cheap as hell, then you can. It's $20. I called the wrong number and you got hiccups. Yeah, that's what I said. You called the wrong number. Hey, so yeah, with that being said, much love to y'all. Everybody that's in the academy, appreciate you. New work on the way. If you're not in the academy and you're on my Patreon, I got new heat coming this week. If you ain't on either one, then, well, you just, I don't know what you do for information. Good luck. Knowledge is the only real power. Information is the only real currency. I love y'all. I'm gone.